Hey kids, what's up? It's X-Ray Vision from Quattro Cinco Studios. It's a little messy in here today. We've been doing a lot of paperwork and office work in here lately, getting some stuff set up for, you know, taxes and whatever. So, anyways, just got off, just finished watching the stream with Famous and Coffee, and that was really interesting on what they've got planned. I'm gonna tweet out my YouTube link here. There we go. Paste that in there for you homies. I'm also gonna go into my DMs for my Twitter DM group of streamers and homies, and I'm gonna paste this link there to see if any one of those guys want to chill and come say hi. Obviously, you guys see the link there in chat. So if you guys have a mic and a camera want to come on for a second. Oh, Kool-Aid says he'll come on. That's awesome. Awesome sauce. Come in here and drop that with that group. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I can hang out for hopefully about an hour or so, and then I've got a massage set up upstairs in the massage room, and man, I need that. We went and got massages when we were in Las Vegas recently. If you saw us hanging out in Vegas, and this chick beat the hell out of me. She beat me up like I owed her money, or like I paid her money to beat me up. It was traumatic, dude. Hexicap first. What's up? Oi oi pops. Red squirrels in the house. Zoo house. Yeah, it's all animals in here. Crypto Kool-Aid. Tell Squirrel to get back to his flow charts. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Francis Powell. Always here to hang out. Always here to support. Thank you so much for being here, Francis Powell. Yeah. Hey, good friend. I'll come on. All right, come on, man. Yeah, no time for charts, kids and work. No shave tail pulse chain, kids. This thing is, I've been starting to put a little bit of some little like wax stuff in it, so it's supposed to tame it, but it's still just, it just looks like a stray dog hanging off my chin. Appreciate that. Visioneers, what's up? 1 million families. I want to announce this. I'm doing a small select group of 10 families. So the first 10 families to DM me and reach out, get my undivided attention when it comes to working on money, budgets, information when it comes to crypto, setting up your wallets. I decided I need to start. I've got my one family financially free, which is my family that I know of. Confirmed. And I really want to start on this wave of 1,000 families for this next bull run. And so I decided I'll start with 10, and we'll do as much sharing of me working with those people as possible without sharing, any more information than they want to share or private information of myself. So we'll go through, we'll chop that up. We will be presenting that as well. And then going to take a little sip from my no soup for you worn out mug here. I need to get the Hex Haters Tears mug for sure. Oh, Finbear, what's up, Finbear? I was going to jump on with you and Eco Builder just a second ago, but I had to jump in the shower and tame this beard.
Lord, it's Finbear though. Jeez, Finbear.
Are you doing no haircut until Pulse launch? Because you got
No. I figure like now that I'm 40, I might as well try to get some Burning Man long hair. So why the fuck not?
you've got those luscious locks, bro.
I don't know about that. It's a hot mess. But oi to Finbear, Red Squirrel. Who else we got in here? We got Francis.
We got Suzanne Hex. Now, is Suzanne Hex are you Suzanne Art? I assuming you are because your profile pic has one of those amazing Pulse hoodies. If that's you, give me a thumbs up because I just tweeted a picture. I just got a box in the mail from Suzanne Arts.
Oh, very cool.
I'll be unboxing that, and I'm hoping it's the Hex-Ray Vision shirts. It might be a Rags to Riches shirt. It could be anything. Yes, there we go. Yeah. So thank you very much to that. I've been just waiting for that in the mail, so I can't wait to check that out and flex that. Acrylic art. Oh, Kamami. Ho ho ho. Dude, Acrylic art, if you guys have not followed him, Hex, I believe it's under Hex Kong or Kamami there. Let me see. What is your handle? Put your handle in chat, please. Acrylic art. He's got an amazing YouTube where he's doing the acrylic paints and patterns, and then he's posting insane AI art where he goes in and touches it up. So if you've seen the really sick, detailed Pulse and Hex art that I've been retweeting, that's his stuff. It's really, really cool.
Nice.
Awesome. Jay, everything's in the house. Yeah, like I said, I was just finishing watching Crypto Coffee stream with Famous where they're talking about fiat. So I retweeted that one. And then I had
Famous's new name, though, he's Mr. Robot. Let's be clear. We're changing all the rest of that. Famous is actually Mr. Robot. And
Mr. Robot?
That is, if you didn't see the effing hangout, he's wearing his hoodie. Looks just like the Mr. Robot guy. I wouldn't grab my Mr. Robot back.
I was wondering if that's what you were referring to.
Yeah. No, he looks identical to Mr. Robot. In fact, I heckled him earlier today. I'll let that mask.
So follow Congo the Hexcan artist on Twitter for the sickest art out there. Love it. Hugs. Crypto Kool-Aid says.
Yeah, love Susanna. Let me switch to my non-crypto account. So there. Otherwise, I'm just Loris Marla, and no one knows who I am.
I ended up doing a lot of meetings and Zooms yesterday, so I wasn't able to do my daily stream. And then, of course, we came back on Sunday from Vegas. We got to go out and do a little partying. I remember you saw me streaming at like 1 a.m, and you're like, "Go to bed, sir."
I mean, only I'm allowed to be up at 4 a.m. on the regs. That'd be like my normal witching hour. So I
twerking and working.
You know, sometimes. Recently, I've been playing a little bit of God of War because the only sucker I have in my career is watching my other friends' games get launched, and I've actually never played an entire game of anything I've ever shipped because I already know what it is.
Yeah,
when you get to see your friends do something, you're just like, I'm gonna watch everything. Oh my god, it's great.
Now you've got to send me a link to that chair of yours because it's obviously the best chair because you live half of your life in the chair, half of your life in the hot tub.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's rather accurate. Yeah, like 3 hours a day in the bed, the rest of the time in the chair or the hot tub.
Right. So that's why I say twerking because I'll turn on some music and do what they call the ecstatic dance. And for you that don't know ecstatic
dance just means there's no sound, right? I've got large speaker right here. If I turn off the ecstatic dance, there's still music.
I thought that ecstatic dance was simply turning your will over to your body and letting your body do what it wants to do with the rhythm.
Yeah, but that's true. That's true. They do closed disco type stuff too. But I mean, all dances should be ecstatic. You should just be happy to move, regardless of what and where and how. It should.
And let anyone know if you're stuck in your head, if you're feeling like crap, if you're depressed, bored, and you're having a great day, especially in the winter when it's not so nice to go outside, find a place, living room, garage, any space where you can move around, bedroom, move the furniture out of the way. And if you're self-conscious, even at yourself, some people will turn off the light. Some people will wrap a hoodie over their head and just dance, so they don't worry about what they look like. and you just start grooving. You just let your body do whatever it is. And with me, it's a lot of Beyonce moves, a lot of sassy hip swinging. Because honestly,
I've seen you at the burn. I know exactly what you do. You can't lie to me. Can't lie to me, buddy.
I think what it is it's my lower back and my legs being like, dude, we got to move. You got us locked down. 10 years in you know what your sacrum does in a truck. It turns your lower back turns into cement when you're driving a semi truck.
The worst part is once it gets into your center of your back, that's where the real problem starts to happen. So the lower back at least can be fixed. Once it goes in the center of your back, it goes everywhere after that.
That's why I mentioned twerking and working, because you got to get out and shake it a bunch. I know you also had another hack that you were doing leading up to Burning Man, where it was like you had a timer go off, and you did like push-ups to exhaustion or sit-ups to exhaustion, and then something.
Well, that was the last year's burn. I have put off my health recently because the captain and Ken had me working around the clock plus a day job, but. Things are good, man. But you do something every day for yourself. If you do that, it's that little bit of self-love that you need to do.
Hey, you're referring here to the TIE fight stream. Is that Finbear?
Yeah, dude. Finbear was absolutely stupidly, ridiculously crass, and I fucking died. And he will never live that down. Finbear's a good motherfucker. I love the hell out of that guy.
I was trying to do a Finbear impersonation for my friends when he was jumping on chat. So I had those friends in Vegas that jumped on with me. And they're like, who's Finbear? What's he like? And I said, it's like Sean Connery had a baby with Goldfinger from Austin Powers. That's kind of what his voice sounded like. And I couldn't think of like a couple lines to give them. But since then, he's always doing these deep, deep cuts into 70s and 80s music and film. You know, he's always referring to something that some people were not alive for.
I still have never heard your recording of my AMSR cool X-ray vision 2105.
I'm waiting for my social media homies to jump through my cuts because we need so many clips, because this long form is great for hexagons and for people that are at work or whatever, but it's not great to go out and punch people and get their attention.
Why don't you just learn to edit, fool?
I'm trying.
You may know a guy to teach you this shit.
I actually deleted Premiere Pro last night because it's so hairy and complicated. It's not simple, because all I need to do is condense things for my editors. That's all I got to do is cut out the dead space and hand it to the editors.
Just made my brain explode. There's only one. You only need to know one thing in Premiere, and that's the C button, which is the cut button, and then the V button, which is the move button, and then you just go.
That's true. That's actually the function I use the most on that. But I was like,
but that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything else. C and V. Other than that, you change the opacity fade, and then from there, edit.
Yeah, Hex Monkey's in the house. Hexans love hacks. Love it. You know what's funny is, so Hex Monkey is walking around the Conrad with Hex Siren, right? Well, we're there at the last PulseCon. I'm chilling out at Suns Out, Buns Out all the time because they never close and they have amazing food there at Conrad. And every time he walked by, I'd be like, Hex Monkey, Hex Monkey. Now, he wouldn't hear me, but Hex Siren would look around like, who in the world knows who Hex Monkey is? And then they would just keep walking. This happened like 4 times as they passed Suns Out, Buns Out, to the point where I honestly think like Hex Siren is worried for Hex Monkey's safety.
Hex Siren is an amazing human being. We talk all the time. She is dope as fuck.
Tin Top, what's up, Hex? What's up, Tin Top? Suzanne Art's laughing, what's up? All Hex Ray needs is a whiteboard.
No. He's already been fired. He doesn't understand copy paste, because those are the 2 keys that you need to use Premiere: C and V.
They've taken away my whiteboard.
Now, have you seen my baseball? Anybody seen my baseball? Because X-ray vision has no baseball anymore.
I know. I actually want to put up a whiteboard behind here so I can actually do it, and I'll use like the wireless mic. It sounds like I'm giving a seminar on, essential oils or something.
But you want to know how to erase it if you don't know C and V.
Right.
You'll end up using a Sharpie marker.
I'll use a shirt. Check out the Bucky shirt. I'm still
Texas, man. We all know what the Bucky's is if you've lived anywhere in Texas.
I ate my body weight in smoked meat that week.
It's delicious. Actually, their jalapeno pickles are fucking to die for. Giant garlic chunks, jalapenos, and pickles. And delicious.
Oh wow, I didn't even touch those ones. I ate a lot of the beaver nuggets, which, if you don't know, that's just diabetes in a bag. It's like these corn puffs that are dipped in like caramel.
Just so you know, when you get diabetes, you use a garbage bag, not a regular bag. You don't get to diabetes without a garbage bag. And
beaver nuggets.
Yeah, mix. No, you don't use iMovie. Ain't nobody that uses a professional uses iMovie.
I looked up Final Cut Pro, and apparently that's an Apple product.
Yes,
and I don't have any Apple. My wife.
Why
has
would
Apple
you?
Products.
Why would you want to use an Apple product without an Apple? You can do two things. You can use DaVinci Resolve, or you can use Premiere. Now, if you use Photoshop, you should probably use the thing that has everything plugged into one. That would make sense.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
AJ Soul's in the house. Where's AJ Soul? I miss AJ Soul.
I see people without wrenches. What the fuck's going on here?
Whoa. We can't have that.
I know.
First of all,
why am I your check guy?
Well, because I'm on StreamYard, and then I only check YouTube.
Ow.
To look for. Oh my gosh, dude, Hex Monkey, what are you doing in
here? I'm telling you, if you multitask, then you can use Premiere. So you first have to go with the StreamYard multitasking things. You know how you do it? You have two monitors, and then you separate them.
Well, I have two monitors.
Then where is this?
I didn't think of that.
Separate.
All right, now I got them both going. This is insane.
Too much.
Well, I wish I had a super special wrench to give both Suzanne Hexakin and
Hex Monkey.
And Hex Monkey. Well, first of all, Hex Monkeys would be made out of bananas. Second of all, Suzanne Hexakins would be bedazzled and just freaking sweet. And then, of course, acrylic art Kamami. That guy would have the sickest AI wrench you can imagine. So I want those three people: Hex Monkey, Susanna Art, and acrylic art.
I know he just needs to copy and paste cuts. I know.
I was gonna do this, but I've got the legend. I got the master in the show. I'd like you to tell them what to do. Crypto Cooley, get real close to that microphone and tell them what to do.
You press Control C and then V. Oh, that's copy paste. You press C. You press V. You wiggle the mouse, and then you press C again to cut it again.
No, I want you to tell them to reach inside their pocket really suggestively, like you did last time. Give them a little.
No. You already recorded that once. No. I'm not. I'm not your midget pony. You don't get to ride me around. You don't get to have a leash. Be like, can you do it again? Do a trick.
Do you know what the problem with Crypto Kool-Aid is? He cannot be bought. You can't bribe him. You can't give him jelly beans or money. What is it that motivates you? What is it that gets you going?
I'm a human debt slave, so I've been dealing with that for 20 years. So I don't know how to do it any other way.
So you're just digging your way out of the tunnel like Shawshank.
I don't even know if there's a digging way. I'm going down and over. Like, everyone wants to go up. You should just ever play the game. What is it? Dig Dug, I think it was, or something like that, where you have to like drill down and drill left and drill back up. It's old arcade game from the 90s.
Suzanne says you know if you know him. So I guess I do know about some magic jelly beans. We're gonna leave that for another time.
I mean, yes, I do have the Spices Life and the fucking golden ticket, but I mean, there's that.
Loving it very, very much. Very, very much. So check this out. I'm gonna start trying to drive traffic to a certain website for my project as we're working on it.
Right.
And I'm setting up a digital scavenger hunt, my friend. And what we're going to have is we're going to start as people start, as they start meeting metrics of likes, follows, whatever. And he's gone. So as we start meeting likes, follows, retweets for me and the other hexagons that are cross-pollinated with me, then we're going to end up with, I'm going to start dropping, we'll say special words of the day. And we're going to start dropping those in live streams and in tweets. And then we're going to have them listed on a website. And we're also going to have a public address listed on that website. All right. And those 12 words, which I don't think we're going to get to 12. Someone's going to figure it out at 10 or 11. In fact, maybe what we'll do is we'll probably release them out of order as well. So that might give you guys a fighting chance. But basically, when we get down to like the 11 or so, that thing's probably going to be hacked. And there may or may not be, some cryptocurrency in that little baby. Just saying. So, keep your eyes open for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Dig Dug 1980s. Yeah, just digging those tunnels. That's awesome. Awesome. We got 12 people in chat. Hit the like, subscribe, tell your neighbors and friends. This is something I suggest. Besides eating Little Caesars pizza, I definitely suggest eating Little Caesars pizza. It's delicious. It's affordable. Great mascot. I think the mascot is related to the poor pleb guys somehow. But check this out. If you guys are in public, if you're riding a train, if you're riding a bus, if you're out at a show, out at a game, and someone leaves their phone unlocked next to you, all I want you to do is go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. That's all I'm asking, because you guys are obviously subscribed to my channel. I'm hoping that you've already, burned all your bridges with your friends and families, telling them subscribe to X-Ray Vision. And they said, what? Who's X-Ray Vision? And you're like, okay, well, never mind. So I'm guessing that's how that went. But the next time you guys get in there, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Don't go through their other stuff. Don't go through their DMs or tweets. Don't get into their, finances or bank apps. Simply just subscribe to my channel on their phone. They won't know. They probably won't know. And so this is really where we're going to get to the next to 2,000, because 2,000 is the next threshold. 2,000 is the next milestone for my followers here on YouTube. And I'm most active on YouTube and Twitter. So YouTube, Twitter, that's kind of where I'm going. And then I pay my social media managers to basically take all my stuff and put it to the other platforms like Instagram, Facebook. What's the other one? Discord. I'm on Telegram a lot, but Telegram it's kind of difficult to spread the word on Telegram. It's a great place for small group and think tank, but man, some of those groups on Telegram, you get on there with Hex, Pulse, the other ones, and there's like 38,000 messages since you checked it yesterday. There's no way you're going to be able to catch up with and keep up with all of that. Will it be a hex in the wallet? Jay Diggity, I don't really want to give people my hex or someone else's hex, whoever it is, because if you start giving away hex, then the wrong person wins, they may dump the hex. So I think it's going to be a much more neutral coin, is what I'm thinking. It's a hint for that. And then we also, like I said, so I've got to set up the wallets, or someone has to set up the wallets. And then I got to get a couple of things on my website so that we can start getting people to that website. That'd be great. He says, avoid the main Telegram groups, not worth it. There's a lot of noise in those main ones. Holy monkey. Cabana Crypto. Interview with the chair named Kool-Aid. Sweet. Dude, that's really what this should be. I should be interviewing the chair. I should be asking about the traumas that it's seen, the late nights. Ask it how many Red Bulls and glasses of wine it's seen in a 24 period. That's hilarious. I love that. Let's do that. I'm actually going to interview Kool-Aid's chair for a second here. Hey, Kool-Aid's chair, how's it going? I got to think of a voice for the chair. Here we go. Oh, it's going pretty good. Awesome. So, how long have you been Kool-Aid's chair? Oh, ever since I got out of the factory, they kind of just mailed me here, and then he put me together. Oh, that's sweet. So basically, you've been with Kool-Aid since birth. Oh, yeah, you could say that. Awesome. So what would you say is your role in the system there? Oh, it's mostly a supportive role, lower back and just keeping him off the floor. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I see how you're supporting him. That's great. And I'm wondering, obviously, okay, I'm not going to go there. I just had a great line of questioning that will get me canceled. Would you say that you're softer than most chairs? Well, I like to be like soft when I'm needed, but also firm in all the right places. It's all about boundaries in your relationships. Oh yeah, that's great. I should write that down. That's good advice. Well, let me ask you this, Kool-Aid's chair. What's the longest marathon of him sitting and coding at one time that you can remember? Well, usually I pass out every once in a while, but I would say about 3 or 4 days. There's about 3 or 4 days where I'm pretty sure he didn't get off of me. Wow, that's insane. I didn't know chairs sleep. Well, really, we just kind of pass out. Oh, okay, great, great. Yeah, it actually sounds unhuman, though, 4 days straight on the computer. Well, he's got like 3 or 4 screens, two for working and one for just really strange rabbit holes in the internet. Got it, got it, got it. So I'm guessing you spend most of your time watching the freaky screen rather than the work screens. Yeah, it's got some pretty interesting stuff going on in there. Oh, cool, 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 cool. Well, I appreciate your time, Kool-Aid's chair. It feels weird that you're not facing me, but I understand you don't, have autonomy and the ability to move. But just let us know. Is there anything we can do for you to help you, support the man that you support? If you guys could like send me some stain remover and maybe some fabric protectant, that would be great. This guy does not slow down when he drinks boxed wine. Got it. Okay, we appreciate that. We'll see if we can get some fabric protectant and stain remover Amazon to his house. Thank you very much. Well, here you have it, guys. And this is the first interview that anyone's done with Kool-Aid's chair. A lot of people have had Kool-Aid on. I was the first to have his chair on. I want you guys to remember that. Okay. Ask the chair to wink twice if it's being abused. Oh, Hexagon Chief, chairs Hexagon. Man, it's great to have you in here, Hexagon Chief. Good to see you. Kool-Aid's chair. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Is that what a chair sounds like? I don't know. I just came up with it on the spot, and a new meme was born. Oh, good times. We like to have fun here at X-Ray Vision. Oh, hey, we've got SF Bean's beanbag chair also added on the stream. SF Bean's beanbag chair. Did you have some questions for me or some questions for Kool-Aid's chair?
It's SBF's beanbag chair. Thank you.
Sorry, SBF's beanbag chair.
I'm free. Don't you know me?
I bet you've seen stuff that's even crazier than Kool-Aid's chair.
Have I got stories? This girl named Caroline. You talk about a wild woman.
I think
there's a tape out there or something. And
right. Were you there when they were filming that tape?
I'm a part of it. I'm a leading actor. So yeah, and I was nominated for Best Supporting Role for Sam and Caroline.
I appreciate that. I think that calling her girl is fairly generous. I've seen her, and she looks a little bit more like Gollum, or maybe one of the what was Gizmo called, the Gremlins. She looks a little bit more on the Gremlin side than on the human side.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd much rather have a naked Sam Bankman-Fried on me than a Caroline.
I would just say just based on diseases alone, that's a good choice. But then again, how would you be able to express yourself?
I don't know. I just laid there.
Oh my gosh. So let me ask you this. Obviously, you've heard the workhorse that Kool-Aid and his chair are. How much work did you see Sam Bankman-Fried put in when he was working in the office, when they were using you for things. Well, I don't know. Would you say they use you more for work or for other activities?
I was known as a multi-purpose entity. So I saw a little bit of everything, both work and pleasure.
Not just pleasure, pleasure.
Yes, it's a mix of leisure and pleasure. Pleasure.
All right, we have a request. This is way better than Clint E. Thank you. We appreciate that. We have a request that the chairs interview one another. This could go sideways really quick, but let's go for it. Did you have any questions for Kool-Aid's chair?
What is the favorite flavor of boxed wine?
Really, it's anything that's on sale at Trader Joe's. He's definitely a value shopper. So most of the box of wine have a bright orange tag over the original price, I've noticed.
Oh, so he definitely would not fit in here in the Bahamas. We are too high class. We do not do that little bottom of the barrel stuff. That's just silly.
Well, what are they usually drinking around you there?
Oh, we are in the islands, so we drink all sorts of rum, but Caroline's a little weird. She sometimes just preferred a straight up Shirley Temple every now and then. She got really wild. She went for some like Mike's Hard Lemonade. Those were wild nights.
What do you think about contacting the police and the authorities? Have they asked you to help track down Sam Bankman-Fried and his gang of marauders?
Well, due to my stationary nature, I'm unable to assist in the retrieval process of Sam Bankman-Fried. However, they did come to me for questioning. They couldn't, bring me in. They just came to me, and I answered what I could.
Well, if they ever catch him and throw the book at him and he gets the chair, I hope he gets a lovely chair like you.
I don't think that's the kind of chair he's going to get.
It looks. Let me add this. It looks like you're a little bit hard to get in and out of SFB's beanbag chair. Is it? It seems like you're more of a Venus flytrap cushion than a workhorse. Would you say that's a fair description of you?
Venus flytrap. That was one of the nicknames Caroline had. But yeah, I guess mainly, firm support. There are some pretty provocative photos of Sam laying, all across me and kind of misusing me. It was a little weird sometimes. I would wonder why he would be laying on his front. Supposed to lay on your back when you use me like that.
You would think so, and I also noticed that he had a lot of hair up top, but not a lot of hair down below. Was that a relief to you?
There's pretty much hair everywhere.
Famous last words there.
Indeed.
So Crypto Kool-Aid, as you left, we had no choice but to start interviewing your chair. We had a lovely interview with your chair. You gave up a lot of secrets. Unfortunately, you might want to go back and let me know if I need to remove that from the internet. But
I already cut the tongue out of the chair, so I don't know what you got out of him, but it was fine language.
It might have been the coffee table doing ventriloquism behind him.
Well, it very well may have been. It very well may have been. Also, Hex Siren says hello.
Oh, awesome. And then Sam Bankman-Fried's beanbag chair came out, and the two of them were talking to each other. So there's a lot of Jim Henson magic going on in this stream.
That's a whole bunch of puppetry right there.
Puppetry. Do you have anything to say about puppetry? SFB's beanbag chair.
There were a lot of socks used not as puppets here. So
well, that's for the orgy situation because the smart people didn't figure out how to use a condom.
Your words, not mine.
I didn't say nothing. I just used facts.
I'm wondering. Obviously, Kool-Aid's chair is going to hear a lot of drum and bass when he gets in the zone. What kind of music were they pumping at the mansion there in the Bahamas?
They usually listen to lo-fi beats by Markable and Huddle Dog.
I didn't know they'd be listening to Hexkin music there.
Technically, it's
They are
Mark's
called
twin that
Hexkins.
does it. Technically, it's the other twin. This one time I was up for like 3 days, and Mark said his brother wasn't there, and then there were 2 of them in the room. And I'm just like, you can't do this to me. Like, I know that is not you twice. I'm aware that this is not happening. The fuck? You said your brother wasn't in town.
So you're saying that Marcavelli has the twin or Hogdog?
No. Markable, not Marcavelli. Marcavelli is the one that does the time signature on price. Markable is the one that does all the intro videos. He's also general number 1 in Kool-Aid University. But yeah, we used to do all sorts of video chats back in the day when we had time. And yeah, his brother is the one that's the music producer.
Suzanne is saying you're being a little you're interrupting the chair. Suzanne wants to go back to your chair talking.
There we go. Full frontal.
It's like the casting couch. There's just no couch. It's just casting.
I gotta say your chair did look good from the side, but from the front it brings a whole new new flavor.
Is it a full frontal casting chair?
Yes. Turn it around.
We want to see the backside of the chair.
Queen. Yes.
Yes.
So actually, I don't have it here because I lent it out to the captain. I've got this $300 heating pad, and I usually duct tape it, but the Velcro came off right here, and then you just pop it right on down. It's fucking glorious.
So that heats your upper back.
Oh yeah, it goes up to like 145 degrees.
I've got a question. What's the best hope for a chair in the future? Like, what is the Valhalla of chairs?
I mean, the one that you don't fall out of.
So really, like the best that a chair can do is to stay in use as long as possible.
Yes, but first your chair has to be able to differentiate Red Squirrel's flow graphs. If not, they're no chair of mine.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. So SFB's chair, let me ask you this. Did you guys watch a lot of YouTube there?
SBF.
SPF.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Not Sam Fried Bankman.
No, Sam broke friend. Sam broke friend.
Yes, that's what he was called in the final days.
Did you guys get to watch any YouTube there? Or do they watch YouTube at the Bahamas? There's
some every now and then. Mostly it was videos I can't really talk about on air. So not necessarily YouTube, just internet videos. On various sites, yes. Okay. I was wondering, there was a really big show this last weekend. That's the 100th episode of a guy named Crypto Cabana, and he had about 400 or 500 guests on that show. Did you guys catch that one at the Bahamas? Yes, we did. We tuned in.
That's really put the Scotch Guard on the chair.
Wait, yeah, we did. Your chair was actually asking us to send Scotch Guard and stain remover from mostly boxed wine from Trader Joe's.
No, it's not from Trader Joe's. If I was going to do that, I'd get it from Siren. And it's the floor that's the problem, not the chair. I don't spill it on the chair. I spill it on the floor. Floor, chair.
What? Let me another question for SBF's chair, beanbag chair. What are they? Is it called the compound? Is it called the Sex Palace? Is it called Shangri-La? What do they refer
compound
to?
You have multiple people in the chair. X-ray vision. They teach you this.
We called it Sam's sensual layer here.
So triple S.
Would that be Sam Celsius Luna for Sam's sensual layer?
Yes, a house full of pleasure.
Pleasure. Oh, so just triple S for short, right? Sam's sensual. Okay, well, I'm erect. This is really hard to conduct this interview with multiple entities.
It's
sorry.
okay.
Do I have to step out? Here you go.
I can leave.
No,
It's
no,
okay.
no, no. You're fine. You're fine. You're
Are
fine.
you sure?
First of all, I just wanted to thank Sam Bankman-Fried's chair for stopping in. Like I said, we throw this invite out there, and we never know who's going to hang out with us. We never know how it's going to go. And I would also want to thank Crypto Kool-Aid's chair for stepping in while he was away on business and really carrying the conversation.
Clearly.
I see a comment in the chat. Thoughts on musical chairs? I despise this game. I prefer to have. I prefer to know who is going to sit on my face. When
you like to know? I like to charge for that. Thanks.
I don't like to pay. I'm sorry.
And that's why you got broke chair.
Well, this is true.
Well, but I mean, you don't have parts to break, though, do you? You are a beanbag.
I am pretty flexible.
I'm guessing that most of the games of musical chairs at Sam's Sensual something, I'm guessing that they were clothing optional games of musical chairs.
This is why I quit playing.
The musical chairs is like who get broke first. That's where you know who sat down right.
And they would all race to me because I was the softest.
Well, quick question: what's the most number of people you've had on you at the same time? SBF's beanbag chair.
The question is how many adults?
It depends upon the position. I would say half a dozen at one point. It was like a game of Twister.
Okay. Wow, that's impressive that you could support that many people at one time.
Well, there's only so many green candles on a Twister table. There's also a lot of red.
There were 3 Eiffel Towers at the same time. It was amazing.
Two cups, one bag chair.
See it ever again.
I understand you're just a stationary picture, but I'm getting all these visualizations in my head of what's been going down.
Don't give X-ray fucking visualizations. It goes downhill from there. I've seen them in the dust.
Ooh, I like it. Sam's Soft Sensual Seat.
Welcome to Cool Soft Sensual 2105.
Kara Clark wants to know if Carolyn was on top of the Eiffel Tower.
Shocking enough, she was helping make the Eiffel Tower. Believe it or not. She's stronger than that. I said my crypto said, "Do you have a bottom call?"
That'd be correct. Harry Potter 1. Billionaire Company 0.
It is unfortunate. I've been informed that I'm heading to Sam's mom's and dad's palace here in a short while. I'm getting picked up. So apparently it's a beautiful place, even better than this one. It's like $100 and some million palace. I cannot wait.
Well, I would also imagine that older people are going to be less physically active around you. So maybe you'll get a chance to rest and not have so much craziness going on top of you and around you.
No, they just use depends at that stage. So technically he'll be on top of shit.
Those were the beings that produced Sam. So I don't know. Maybe they're extra freaky.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Have you heard of crypto? I mean, obviously you've heard a lot about crypto around the Bahamas. What are the coins that the people at the palace in the Bahamas are talking about there, as everything went down in flames?
Their favorites were Celsius, Luna. They like to do a lot of business with the BlockFi. Yeah, pretty much everything.
Partner with BitConnect. You have to start with that.
That was years ago.
Well, I mean, we don't talk about a redheaded stepchildren, but I mean, like everyone has to at least reference.
You name it, they scammed it.
Hold on. Where is it?
So what's next? Do you think for Sam Bankman and the gang?
Oh, I got it right here. Everyone has to have a Carlos Matos soundboard for necessary purposes.
That barely came through on the microphone.
Normally, I'm louder than Norse people, but
hey, everybody! gosh. Everyone who has earbuds in has now blood is running down their ears.
They can come to my world of hell. Would you like work? I can give you work. Otherwise, I'll just scream in your ear.
I don't even have ears, and that was loud.
Yes.
Well, because they don't have anything to pull on, right? I mean, that's why they took it off. Is why you don't have a chair. You gotta have a full ear motion.
No real pushing or pulling, just sitting on my face.
Did you want to get Kool-Aid's Chair's Insta or handles to keep in touch?
Nope, no, don't like, subscribe, rags to riches for president, send that guy a fruit basket. You cannot find me anywhere.
I would subscribe to that.
I would definitely subscribe to that. So let me ask you the chairs and crypto Kool-Aid here. Obviously, we're in this weird doldrums of waiting for Pulse Chain where we kind of don't know what's going on. And we're also still waiting for the bottom of the market, which I guess we won't know about the bottom until we start heading up from the bottom, right?
Well, I mean, if you really want to take a look at it, Grayscale may be insolvent. If that happens, Tether may depeg.
Didn't the Coinbase man say that it was going to be okay?
He did say that, which made me think it wasn't going to be okay. It's kind of like when Jim Cramer talks. Yeah, when Jim Cramer says "get this, buy this stock," it's like, well, I know what stock I'm not buying, right? It's kind of how I go with
the thing is, you want to take a card out of Buffalo Bill when you have to be told to put the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again. You kind of earn a bad bit.
I know all about lotion stains.
I mean, I always say I bring my lube to work because I like to get fucked comfortably.
That was kind of my chief role.
That's why I said you Scotch guard up.
Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to change the edit the title.
You don't know how to edit. We've already gone through that. You can't copy and paste, so you don't even know how to edit. You're using fucking Windows Movie Maker. You can't even lie to me.
I just don't want someone to be listening to this on their way to church with their kids in some weird universe where they're like, "What are these chairs talking about, Mom and Dad?" And then they have to explain all of
So
these
when you have
terms.
a big chair and a little chair, and you smush together, which you would call compounding, then you get a beanbag because there's no more smushing. There's only just smush.
Okay. It's somehow worse when you describe it than just leaving it hanging.
Well, I mean, we don't have dingleberries in this area. Sorry.
Red Squirrel, I never cross streams, Larry. That's poor form.
Yeah, get back to work. Get back to work, Squirrel.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I know you're up. I can just call you right now.
So we did get a bottom call. How much longer till the Fed rates kill the economy? Or how long till the next couple of exchanges go out of business, like say Genesis or Crypto.com, one of those that quits lying about their reserves.
I think Grayscale will go down before them, or they will go down and then Grayscale will go down. But the fact that Grayscale is looking for $1 billion and not showing the reserves is very kind of scary. But that means Hex Investment Trust is the only crypto trust available that's actually backed by hard currency.
Hex Investment Trust.
Mm-hmm.
And that's open to just accredited investors or everybody?
No, just accredited investors.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, theoretically, like if you quantify your gains at the top of the bowl based on where you are, but either way, it's not meant for hexagons. It's meant for wealthy people to dock their money into a hard currency that's also not cooking the books, which is the most important part. Because the reason why is because Bitcoin, all the rest of it, doesn't pay yield. So if you don't have a residual way to earn besides price go up, price go down, then you have to cook the books to give yourself leverage. Whereas the Hex Investment Trust actually does not stake. It's not in what they're trying to do. And I don't speak for the investment trust nor all the rest of that. But the difference is that the asset that's hard is used by staking. So by the Hex Investment Trust pulling the coins off the market, it gives access to this particular asset for people that have money that can't just invest in crypto. They have to invest in legacy finance. So if you're dealing with CeFi stuff, this is a fantastic option because the price goes up and is reserved through staking from the common folk place, but the asset being pulled off the market is a reverse OA or a trust that never can be sold. So it makes that hard currency even harder, if that makes sense. But I mean, I do that to the chair.
And for those that don't qualify as an accredited investor, there's always Maximus DAO, right?
Well, Maximus DAO is different, right? Maximus DAO is just proof of pooling. I mean, I love Dipcatcher and Gold Key, great people, but it's just proof of pooling. It is nothing more, nothing less.
It says a bud in every ear. Why don't you drink them? Laughing face. Go ahead, ask the chairs. I'm not sure what a bud in every ear.
I mean, you want weed in every ear?
It might be talking about some other kind of a bud. It says, can Beanbag token be staked?
Oh, God, here we go. More tokens.
Beanbag token. Are you coming out with your own token that can be staked, Beanbag chair?
Oh, God, it's Cabana. Cabana, come on. Hold on.
I saw a lot of staking. I don't want to ever speak to that again.
Was it like vampire staking or like just a straight up, when weed? I love these two. They speak so much truth and depth. Cabana. Let me ask you this. I was going on about my digital scavenger hunt when Kool-Aid walked away. It took his important phone call. Let me ask you guys this. If you guys were to somehow stumble upon 12 seed words of a wallet, what would you want to find inside that wallet? The suggestions so far have been Statex, Hex. I kind of was thinking just USDC because it's kind of innate and harmless. Right?
Pulse chain.
Pulse chain. You'd like to find pulse chain in it. I think we'd all like to find some pulse chain in some wallets. Yes, for sure.
14 PLS.
You'd like to find 14 pulses inside of this.
Staking rewards.
You could call those staking rewards.
Rewarded with 14 pulses.
J-Man in the house. What it do? Yeah, that's a really good idea. Hopefully by the time people find these 12 seed words, maybe we will have pulse in some of these wallets. That would be great. Absolutely great. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, it's about 2:00. I'm gonna wrap this up really quick because I've got a massage to get to.
Oh, what kind of massage? We had lots of those here.
I mean, you just gotta get on the chair. Like I said, it's the casting chair.
Just a regular massage.
Oh, that's what they say. It all starts with a regular massage.
That's how it all begins.
That's right. It's not the premium; it's the ending.
Tintop says he wants Tornado Cash WETH.
Why? You can't get anything out of there, anyways. Why do you need a Tornado Cash?
Let me ask you this: the FTX hacker was doing some rinsing through Red.
I didn't want to say that, but I do know someone that actually mentioned a very well-educated way to exit strategy that I give someone that I cannot say a tip of the hat on their strategy of that.
Yeah, well, my question is: are they going to bring enough negative attention to Ren BTC and Ren Bridge to give it the same problem that we had with Tornado? Or is it what the big boys are using, so it's going to be stick around?
Again, I did not want to bring this up because you're the one that tipped me of this fucking glorious info. So liquidity pools, the BTC is too large to then track. And that is, again, what you said and immediately clicked. I didn't fucking think about it because how are you going to take an eyedropper to the ocean and drop some fucking water in off the fucking boat and be like, that's my water. The liquidity in BTC is too thick, but what they can do, because they have a much metric weight, is actually cause a problem with the throughput of it. It's like basically global warming to the ocean, because then does that make all that BTC that they're going to fucking swap up dirty? Are they going to now try to hunt that down? They took away our fucking tornado cash, man.
Right. Jay Diggity says S&P bottom between June 2023, Feb 2024, with correction 35 to 55% average days of recession crash to complete from top to bottom with 612 days of prior major recessions, which places us September 23.
That is quite precise.
That's some.
Yeah, but that's still CFI data, right? So let's just say that grayscale goes down. That means that premium goes to 0. Then we have to run and gun the bottom. But running and gunning the bottom, if the Fed printer goes back on, which may happen, then gives a different differential, because we are two similar but parallel but self-sided ecosystems, especially the more you get into DeFi than traditional CFI and CFI BTC. So both of those have two different half-lives, if you will. So, and it really also depends, because something that Bob was hinting at that I can't stipulate also on is, if stables decouple, what would a certain entity do? Put things into a hard currency. So, I mean, granted, Circle is audited, air quote, 1-to-1. Gemini is even more audited and hardened. That's why their circulating supply is even lower, because they kept their risk management low, which is, again, the reason why Hex is so appealing. Is the yield factor means you don't have to, not to slut around chairs, but have to get yourself a side chair, because your staking methods harden what you need without having to go anywhere else. You don't need a whole Thanksgiving table worth of chairs to serve dinner.
I want Crypto Cabana in chat to reach down in his pocket. He's got a wrench now. He was one of the only grays in here.
He didn't answer his phone. Damn it, Cabana.
He might be working on a puppet set. I would say that the legacy market has crypto by the balls, has definitely Bitcoin by the balls right now. And so when they go down, crypto goes down, Bitcoin, it all goes down. So that's interesting. The other death nail for most recessions and cycles was the housing market crashing at the end. But right now, there's so much currency, there's so much money sitting in banks that the housing market doesn't have to crash the same way it did in 2008. So we might not have that last lagging indicator of the market being done that we used to have with the housing market. It's softened, but it hasn't crashed.
Well, but remember also, what is it? BlackRock is the one that runs that gambit, right? How many trillions of dollars does BlackRock have as assets under management? And if they're doing that again, which is their way to earn based on a air-bloated system, they'll let it deflate so that way they can strike and purchase, right? Same thing with, if BTC goes down, it's the same thing as the dollar-e-do going up with inflation. It works in the same rationing system. So if the dollar-e-do actually gets hardened, like let's say Ruple's being backed by gold again, it has a different paradigm than something else. So they will want to crash the system, for shock value. But they did that in the housing crisis. They did that in the big short. They did that when the banks got bailed out. We didn't get bailed out. Banks did. And they were the ones that were fucking around with hot water.
And all that the banks need to do to really pull away and make it really hard for anyone to own real estate is to introduce that 50-year mortgage, which they kind of have. They kind of have introduced it in the way that they've done their financing.
You might as well
don't
make
call it a 50-year mortgage.
Passed on to your children.
Yeah, yeah. Harmonic Hexen says, "Hey, Visionaries, someone here was saying the beanbag wants to ask Kool-Aid's chair out for the date. Red Squirrel thinks there's a lot of talk right now about romance between your chairs."
Hey, I already cut off his tongue. He can't speak. You were talking to the table.
So will crypto bottom before the traditional markets bottom? I think
Well,
it'll
that
happen
depends. If
during and
Caroline is on the
after.
beanbag chair, then we talk about where the bottoms are and who the bottom is.
It's a good thing I have the tongue because I'm the one whose face gets sit on.
That's right. You're the bridge. Is that what you are? You're the bridge.
Like a Golden Gate Bridge.
No, the crypto bridge.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's the bridge that everyone's got to sit on front of. But at least he gets the best point of view of the situation.
Right.
I've seen all the moves from the Eiffel Towers to the London bridges. It's
Yeah, but are there really moves when you're that close to ground zero? Aren't they just like shifting?
positions, I guess.
You guys are. It looks like you guys are wishing me a happy ending to my stream. That's the only thing I can make sense of these happy ending comments. People love a happy ending of a stream, right?
I think it's the happy ending of not getting fucked by Sam broke friend.
Hex Siren says the mortgage company I worked for 15 years ago had 50-year mortgage. See, so they've been around, but they're going to push them as a way to, we're going to help new homeowners and young families afford these houses. But really, they're just letting the inflation take off like crazy.
It's wrapping their debt for a bubble in 30 years, right? So if you have 50, the way I try to do things when I use systemic design is I take what I think I know the number is, I divide that in a third, and then divide that in half. And if you're remotely even close to hitting the dartboard, you already hit a bullseye. So if you have a 50-year mortgage, divide that in a third and divide that in half. So that means that the same system would implode in 15 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be the math on that.
And that would also allow the time to have a CDBC and to switch off the old original dollar-do and to then have everything move into, air quote, new world order coin.
Yep. Hex Siren says, "Amen." Correct, Larry. Acrylic Art Kamami says, "Thanks a lot, Beanbag, for explaining the Sam Gangba fraud."
Just confirming.
It's gangbang friend. That's right. Everyone's a friend when you're getting gangbanged on the chair.
Jay Jiggity says, "Which stablecoin do you trust most of GBTC if GBTC is found insolvent?"
That's scary times because technically Tether could print themselves out of insolvency. Gemini is probably the hardest of stables, which is why you don't see it really traded anywhere. In fact, when you send a Gemini just to get a Gemini dollar, it's harder to find. It's easier to send an ETH. But the fact that DAI, I mean, technically, liquidity, or what the fuck? Why can't I always say this? Liquidity is a pretty badass stable that's only based on ETH. So as long as you're playing that game right, ETH can't be kiboshed like printing stables. Now, for example, what OK Coast is doing is a very, very, very interesting way to have stables. Technically, Circle is so in bed with everyone that it should still be okay. But who knows? Do you think that Coinbase will go down before Kraken? I mean, Kraken's one of the oldest, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, and Kraken doesn't freeze your coins if you've touched Tornado Cash.
Well, also Kraken, for some reason, after I sent them plenty of selfies, don't think I exist as a person. So I have this weird love-hate relationship with Kraken because I've never been able to get a damn account, even from 2017. Odd enough. But Kraken is one of the oldest of exchanges. And where exchanges go wrong is they over-leverage themselves because they don't have a hard currency that they can stake. Because if they could stake, they could earn yield. But if they earn yield, they earn dividends. And if they earn dividends, then they don't have to put themselves out in shaky waters to try to market make and gouge the market when gouging is available, or swim in the ocean when there's no land available.
And we also got Red Squirrel saying overpay your mortgage, compound interest rates, beautiful when it's working in your favor. Hex Siren's here for the gangbang. Susanna Hexkin's here for the chair bang. GBTC, Gangbang Token Club. George Gammon did a cool analysis the other day. Many housing markets could drop to even half being influenced by the retiring community selling their houses at a loss to survive. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Like I was saying earlier, though, like there's so much fake money amongst the institutions. Around 80% of the houses that were bought in the last few months were not bought by people; they were bought by institutions of real estate. So there's a lot of loose money looking for a home out there. So it'd be really interesting to see how that works. Don't tease me with a good time. Gangbang, tonging chair, tounging chair. I think they're saying lounging chair. Maybe, I don't know. Unless tounging has another meaning. Twerking chair. That's why the beanbag doesn't have arms or legs. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely crazy. I think, like I said, I usually trust in USDC because it's in bed with the government, and I try to keep it clean. That's how I look at stables until we find something else. Now you're saying Liquidity. What happens if Liquidity prints a whole bunch of stable coins?
They can't. It's just like liquid loans. Liquidity is what liquid loans was forked as. So if you watch like the Red Squirrel strategy, or been paying attention to like a Hod Pearl strategy, the Haunted strategy, all the rest of that, it liquidates its own stable coins, and because there's assets under management with the ETH that they have to knock it back down. So technically, also if you want to look at something interesting, look at what they have called chicken bonds, which is a different way to play a differential on the stable. It's actually kind of fascinating. But chicken bonds is a utility that's been added to Liquidity.
Okay. So when the value of ETH plummets, they have enough of their own coins that they take out of circulation to even it out.
Well, everyone gets liquidated, so that's how their stables get minted based on what they have as assets under management.
So you want to mint at the bottom of the market and then use the Haunted strategy on the way up.
The Haunted strategy is one method. The Squirrel has a very good. Get back to work, you fucking squirrel. He has a very, very articulate way to understand how money flows. And so, yes, the bottom of the market is when you would want to take out, air quote, a loan. But if you want to be smart in any of that, 1,000% over collateralized. It's really not that difficult. That way, if the market corrects, you don't have to worry about anything. 99% drop is nothing. If you have $1,000 and it goes up to $100,000, you take $1,000 fucking loan. You don't have to worry about shit. But at that point, you can step your thing up as everything goes. It's kind of like again, let's say talk about a 50-year mortgage. At 5 years into your mortgage of a 50-year mortgage, now you can start to play games with it because you've looked at it articulately, right? If you're going to deal with just $1, when it goes to when you only play with a penny and you have $1, you have 100 of these pennies, you don't have anything to worry about. There's nothing really to risk or lose. So if I was going to articulate what the best stable would be, algo stable coins. I mean, DAI is still in bed with USDC, and then there was that other nonsense that the MakerDAO decision to send all of their USDC to Circle to manage. But remember, like, a DAO is only a DAO due to the amount of votes. But the people who made MakerDAO have majority voting privileges. So it's just like Elon Musk having majority shareholder voting privileges or ability to mangle the system based on what he wants. So even though MakerDAO is a DAO, the people of the people don't have a global voting vote on what needs to happen. So though I do think DAI is good, their exposure to both Tether and USDC is a little concerning. However, Liquidity is more of a true algo stable. And if you look at what's going on with chicken bonds, they're doing some pretty interesting things. But
So
again,
let me ask you this: so Liquidity is an ERC20.
Mhm.
You can hold it in your MetaMask,
Mhm.
right? What would it take for Liquidity to lose its peg or its value?
It goes everything on Ethereum.
So you would have to hack the smart contract of Liquidity
There's no
to
hacking.
take it down.
It's just like liquid loans. So if you're familiar with liquid loans on Pulse Chain, it's a fork of Liquidity.
Okay.
So
David says, I went in deep into liquid loans. I know it would be huge, very trustworthy team. Susanna's giving him 100% on that. Yeah, liquid loans is going to be nice.
well, liquid loans is doing some good things, but you got to remember what it's doing is more important. It's an algo stablecoin based on its principal asset. So the beauty of Pulse is everything comes out at the same time. We have a Uniswap at the same time of launch. We have a stable, which has an algo stable at the same time of launch. We can bridge in assets at the same time of launch. We have things like fiat and OK Ghosts onboarding that they're doing. Same people that did the weight token. So there's all these things being developed in tandem at launch. And with Ethereum, it's what? 7 years old? Chair or beanbag. Am I right on that? 7 years old? You've been quiet.
Ethereum, 2015, I believe.
All right. I just want to make sure someone wasn't sitting in your face.
We just want to make sure you can breathe, beanbag.
Sorry, I had to kick them off.
I mean, sometimes you just got to ball gag the chair, but I mean, sometimes we want to make sure that you're there. You know what I mean? It's a health chair alert. We want to make sure that you're okay.
I am the master teabagger.
Teabagger or teabaggy? You really can't teabag someone with a chair.
I'm sorry, teabaggy.
I'm sorry, just making sure. Can't you let you be a dom there because you're the bottom, literally.
Always.
There are times when I wonder what I'm doing with my life. And then I have streams like this and it all makes sense. It all becomes crystal clear what my purpose is.
I did tell you to go to bed, sir, when you were decided to stream for 3 minutes 2 nights ago at like 4 a.m. Like, what the fuck you doing up at my time?
I just wanted to show you guys the view from my hotel. It was beautiful. Jay Diggity says LUSD is trading above at 104. I would lose 4% if I switch my USDC to LUSD. 1000 USD gets 966 LUSD. Now, time out. You'd have slippage no matter what you did because you're going to pay a fee. But would they have the same problem if they went through Ethereum first?
So, Jay Diddy, look at the chicken bonds thing. That is exactly how they're handling all of that. Just type chicken bonds. It's actually really, really bloody fascinating right now. So that's how they have because I believe their chicken bond stable is at like $1.15, but then you have a chicken in, chicken out method, which is almost like a Wassap. It's really, really rather fascinating.
Chicken bond. So you say the chicken bond's a little bit like the Wassap, but it doesn't have the time limit.
No, it actually does have a time limit. It's got a hard limit of, I believe, 30 days, and then you don't earn the yield off of it, so you actually get kicked out.
Oh,
it's actually really, really fascinating. Again, I'll type in the chat. Chicken bonds. Look at them.
That's awesome. So that's actually more like the ASIC miners for Pulse Bitcoin, where they have a lifespan of 30 to 60 days.
I'm not even going to get involved in that.
Okay. KD's in the house, Jay Diggity. Then you can borrow some LUSD, buy more of something else. Then you have to repay.
Well, yes, but the difference is that what the first thing I said. Always over collateralize at least 1,000% of what you're doing. If I have $1, I only want to touch a penny. It makes it that I have zero risk at that point. Now that dollar goes to $2. Now, technically, I can expand the amount of pennies that I have to be a dime because I'm already so over collateralized that it doesn't matter. So I can actually catch up faster that way. The difference is that you want to make sure that if it goes down 99%, like then, you are not liquidated because you put your hard asset in there. And that's what's important, is holding on to your hard asset and then having options. Now, you don't even have to take out a loan. Just putting in your stuff to add your coffers that says, I am here, I did this thing, I am now over collateralized. I don't have to pull out a stable if I don't want it. People are assuming that you actually have to do something, though you have the option to do it. It's like jaywalking. I could cross the street wherever the fuck I wanted, but maybe I walk to the crosswalk. Maybe I don't even cross the street. Maybe I'm not a chicken on the bond on the other side. It doesn't fucking matter.
You have no idea how many hard assets I've had to hold on to.
Actually, I assume the problem is the floppy ones. The hard assets at least move up and down. The floppy ones are just kind of like stuck on your top, your melon. What do you want to call that ridge that you call there? The boop scoop?
Oh, check this out, guys. Thank you so much for talking about the chicken bonds and stables. Thank you so much for letting your chair join us, Crypto Kool-Aid, and SBS Beanbag Chair. Oh, you're totally welcome, buddy. So
Nice to meet you.
I've got to go get my massage. We're gonna end with the awesome
Happy ending. Thanks, Cabana and Siren at that.
We're gonna have a happy ending to the stream, exactly. And we do that with our awkward wave goodbye to the audience. So the No Shape Tail Pulse chain, if you want to be one of those 10 families that has access to me more often, then just hit me up in Twitter or on my my email that's attached here to the channel. Other than that, we will catch you guys later, Visionaries. Love ya. Who we got here in the chat saying goodbye? Aaron Triple, Quattro Cinco, you're late. You gotta go back. You missed a lot of fun, dude. And Jawa, Sniper Nest, dude. You guys
fucking Jawa.
You guys are gonna have a happy time listening to this insane.
And happy Thanksgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'll definitely be streaming again. But here's to another wonderful stream. We're just gonna give our awkward wave goodbye.
Oh, that's right. You do this now.
Oh boy, yay! The U-Haul's here, boys. I'm out. Going to Mama and Papa's house. Woo-ha!
I love you, Kool-Aid. Love you.
You're one of the few that can get me. You're one of the few that can summon me.
I love you guys. We'll catch you on the next hang. Come hang out with us, and the invite's always there for you. So come chat.
And sorry, Cabana, I couldn't make it. Hats off for your 100th episode. I popped in at the end. I was sick. Sorry, Cabana.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Good stuff. Great community. Love you guys. See you next time.